What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Understanding the Reason. I'm your host, Jerome Majette. Grateful that you guys are tuning in. Man, we have a lot to cover. We've been talking about this alien human theory, okay? Because what we're in pursuit of is understanding why are we here? What is our purpose? And what happens next? And we've been looking at all of these different theories. We concluded couple videos ago, we concluded evolution. Looking at evolution, there's a couple other theories: spontaneous life, the spontaneous life theory that talks about life just coming into existence on its own. Also, this alien human theory that we're going to get into. And believe me, it's a lot of fun looking at these things in pursuit of answering those three questions, right? Before we do that, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Also, please help me show some love to the love of my life, my baby, my queen, my wife. Man, I tell you what, I wouldn't be here, really, honestly, without her. Okay, so I just want to let her know, man, I publicly in front of everybody, how much I love her and appreciate her contribution to my life. Okay, but let's get into our study. We got some stuff to talk about. So we've been talking about this alien human theory, right? So there's people who literally believe that some alien civilization far away from here, light years away, deposited our ancestors on the planet, and that's how we got here, right? That's what they really believe. Well, scripture tells us that God is the one who created our ancestors, and through a law called the law of reciprocity and the seed principle, we are the results of them coming together, and as a result, humanity, right? And there's studies that have been conducted by some very, very intelligent geneticists, one being Dr. Spencer Wales, who really did a phenomenal job on looking at these genetic markers that allowed for human beings to live all over the world, all over the globe, right? And through those genetic markers, the races of people came into existence. That's scientifically done. That study, I think it was 25 years in the making, and that documentary is on YouTube. You got to see it. It's called The Journey of Man, and it's by a gentleman by the name of Dr. Spencer Wales. I think you guys will really get a kick out of it. It's really good stuff. So now this alien thing, right? Yesterday on our video, we talked about that the Bible literally talks about aliens. It actually discloses aliens, and we determined that an alien is an unnatural entity not from the planet, right? Angels fit that. They fit that, right? Angels, angelic beings, have been interacting with human beings for the whole time that we've been here, okay? And so there's a lot of data on that, and if you guys are really interested in finding out more, there's tons of information on YouTube that you can scour and look at. But we're talking about, why are we here? What is our purpose? And what happens next? And so in having that conversation, it's important that we know, first of all, who we are. So we've been going through my book, Understanding the Reason God Made Man, What Made Him Do It. And man, I'm telling you, it has been phenomenal to share this information with you. 18 years of study, of researching, figuring out, okay, is this real? Okay, is it real? I don't, there's a lot of religions and a lot of stuff out there that talk about, our origin and things of that nature. I'm only interested in knowing if it's true. Okay. And if it's true that God put us here, I want to know the reason he did it. And that's why we put the book together. And that's what we've been doing. We've been going through the book. Okay. So let's do some reading. Let's look at some reading. Let's do some reading over here. So the first thing that I want to talk about right now and bring this up is spontaneous life. Okay, let's kill that thing, because I keep seeing information out there that talks about the Darwinian idea that life just came into existence, right? Just boom, spontaneously, right? But look, to disprove that, there was a study done by two scientists, Dr. Stanley Miller and Dr. Sidney Fox. And what they did was this study was done in 1953. And what they were attempting to do was prove that spontaneous life actually happened, right? So here's what we wrote in the book. In 1953, two scientists, Dr. Stanley Miller and Dr. Sidney Fox, made an attempt to establish the theory of spontaneous life. Their stated aim was to produce life in a laboratory. The idea was to originate life spontaneously by designing a Pyrex apparatus containing methane, ammonia, and water vapor, but no oxygen. They presumed there was no oxygen on prehistoric Earth. Okay. Now, here's what they did. The thought was that they would mix these compounds together and then send electricity through it because they wanted to simulate what they believe called spontaneous life, which was lightning, right? They believe lightning was the energy source that sparked life into existence. Well, unfortunately, they didn't achieve their desired aim, right? It didn't happen. But they did achieve some type of simple amino acid as a result of their study and their research and so forth. But spontaneous life did not happen. Okay. Now let's talk. Now that we killed that, let's talk about the alien human theory, like we were on yesterday. So we know that angels, just based on scripture, we know that angels have been around man for generations, right? There's so many things in scripture that talk about, or so many instances in scripture that reveal angelic interactions with human beings. And as I was sharing with you guys yesterday, in doing my research, I've been able to look at hundreds probably of NDE testimonies, individuals who have, died, been revived. Some of them, have the majority actually of them have talked about angelic interactions, right? So for me, I'm sold 100% on that. But here's the thing that I want to share with you. There's the reason that God created us, the reason that he was motivated to create man is because he had an enemy he could not destroy, right? So the scripture tells us that Satan marshaled 1/3 of the angelic beings, the host, what they call the angelic host, to revolt against God in an effort to overthrow him and be in control of everything, right? So here's the thing. They were kicked out of heaven. According to Revelations chapter 12, verse 9, here's and we're going to read to verse 10. And here's what it says. And the great dragon was cast down, that chief serpent, which is called the devil and Satan, which deceives all the earth, and it was cast down unto the earth, and its angels were cast down with it. God don't play. I'm just gonna tell you straight up, man. God don't play. He don't even call him or nothing. Calls him an it. Okay. Now listen to this. Therefore, rejoice, you heavens, and you that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down to you, having great wrath, because he knows that he has but a short time. So with that being in mind, the scripture says he's the one deceiving the whole entire world. Well, deceiving the world into thinking what? That he either does not exist or that God doesn't exist. Because really, honestly, here's what you hear a lot. You don't hear too much about the devil don't exist, but what you do hear is God doesn't exist, right? You hear that more than you do the other side, right? But the truth is, how did we get here? That's the part that we have to really pay attention to. Did God, who is the giver of life, put us on the planet? If that's the truth, then we need to really pursue understanding why he did it, because there had to be a reason. There absolutely had to be a reason why he did it. And here's my contention. That reason has nothing to do with religion. It has nothing to do. It was never a religious thing. It was always legal. Because when I started seeking this thing out, my question was, since God said Satan was blameless in all that he did until iniquity was found in his heart, my thought was, why didn't you destroy him when iniquity was found in his heart? Well, there was no law. And where there's no law, there's no transgression of law. All right. Well, we're going to pick this thing up again on tomorrow's video. Man, thank you guys so much for just letting me ramble on and share this information with you. Please consider picking up our book, Understanding the Reason God Made Man, What Made Him Do It, and pick up one of our shirts. If you do, please send me a selfie and I'll shout you out just like I'm getting ready to do. Please stick around and help me show some love to the people who are really rocking with us and, allowing me to, be a part of their journey. Okay. God bless you guys. We appreciate you so much. Thank you again. God bless. Peace.